get ready.
This is the voice of Wayne America.
Lighten up, Francis.
With your host,
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Mike Carnes.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers?
My height.
Only at WayneAmerica.com.
The supernova's gonna kill us all.
Okay, this guy is the real zero, that's true. Let's just think back when you guys were freshmen, huh?
.com.
Hello and welcome to the Voice of Wayne America podcast, an exclusive on WayneAmerica.com. I'm Mike Carnes, your host for everything that is the best town in all of America, and that is right here in Wayne America. And this time out here on the podcast, this is a special time of year for a lot of people here in Wayne America because the month of May means so many things, particularly for young people. It's the end of the school year, and if you're a member of the class of 2019 in Wayne High School, it's a very special week because this is it. They're done. They're graduated. They're moving on with their lives. And it's a great moment in their young lives, and we're looking forward to seeing them take that walk down the aisle this Saturday up at Wayne State College at Rice Auditorium. But before they go, I thought that we'd get a few of them together to kind of talk about the old times, talk about their favorite teachers, some of their favorite memories, things of that nature. And the really cool thing for me as a member of this community is in my position as a reporter and as a photographer and everything that I've done in covering Wayne High Schools. I've gotten to know a bunch of these kids over the years and gotten an opportunity to talk with them and interact with them. And every year it gets harder and harder for me to pick a group of kids out of the class to do this interview. In fact, when I went through the initial list of the graduates, I counted about 1/3 of the graduating class that I've had some form of interaction with at some point in time, whether it's been at a ball game or at an event at the school or just in the community or in the hallway or wherever. And so I knew that was way too many kids to fit in one room. So I figured, well, I'm going to get half of that group. Well, then the question was, okay, which of these kids do I pick? And there's everybody here that is here today is here because because of that reason, and but to pick a dozen kids out of 24 was just I couldn't come up with a list of 12 on my own. So what I ended up having to do was throwing all the names into a random generator, and I ran the random generator a dozen times. I said, okay, wherever the first 12 names are on that list after the 12th time, that's the group that's going to go with. And so the group that's in here today is the group that wound up being picked by the random generator because I couldn't pick it myself. So we're going to go around the room here. I'm going to start to my immediate left. We're going to go around the room. I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves, and then we've got a bunch of stuff to ask them and talk with them about. So we'll start here with Marcus.
Marcus Ferdig.
And speak up because the microphone wants to catch you.
Marcus Ferdig. I'm going to UNL, major in business.
Emma Walling. I'm going to Northwest Missouri State to major in special education.
I'm Josh Gilson, and I'm going into coaching.
Aviana Dorn. I'm going to Northeast Community College to get my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing.
I'm Aaron Reynolds. I'll be going to Wayne State and getting a major in finance.
I'm Ashton Boyer, and I'll be going to Wayne State to major in biology.
I'm Allison Clausen, and I will be going to South Dakota State University to major in ag education.
I'm Caden Kneifel. I'm also going to South Dakota State University to major in wildlife and fisheries.
I'm Abby Ankeny, and I'll be going to Wayne State to major in drafting and design.
I'm Tyler Gilliland. I will be going to South Dakota State University and majoring in dairy production.
I'm Gabby Meyer, and I'll be attending Wayne State to major in biology.
I'm Drew Buck. I plan to attend Doane University to major in secondary education, social sciences, and Spanish.
All right, so that's the group that's here today, and again, guys, thanks a lot for coming. I know this is being recorded on Tuesday, which has been their first full day of I guess freedom. Is that the right word here?
Yeah.
All right, so with that, I'm gonna start throwing some questions out here, and everybody just jump in whenever you feel like you want to say something. And but my first question is, we're gonna go back to elementary school. This is where I first got to start knowing you guys. It was when you were in elementary school when I first moved here about 10 years ago. Who were your favorite teachers back in elementary school?
Mrs. Tiki.
Mrs. Heifetz. Hands down.
Mrs. Hicks.
My favorite was Mrs. Garvin. A lot of people sleep on her. She was a great teacher.
I had Mr. Wall twice. I like Mr.
Yeah,
Wall.
Mr. Wall was funny. Mr. Wall.
He's a forgotten legend.
Because I had him second grade, then he moved to fourth grade, so I was in second and
We're one of the only classes who had him twice.
Okay.
And then the projector went
He
on
did.
fire.
Yep.
Oh,
The projector started on fire?
He hit it. It wasn't working, so he like hit the side of it, and we all got outside for like half a
Sparked,
day.
and we had like a little mini recess because it started
Yeah.
sparked. And
people like,
in
why
the
you have a
wall.
recess? Our projector's on fire. Yeah.
Well, how about junior high? Who are your favorite teachers in junior high?
Mr. Shaw.
Shaw.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that was so good.
Hey, how's it going?
I like Mr. Hoffman.
Mrs. Cruz.
Mrs. Brogy, guys.
Oh,
I forgot about her.
No,
She was.
Mrs. Brink was my favorite teacher.
Mrs.
In high school too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how about high school? Who are your favorites in high school?
Dorsey.
Mr. Speaker.
Mrs. Anderson and Mrs. Harder.
Mrs. Youngkie.
Mrs. Harder's a teacher, but
Mrs. Cook.
I mean, I want to be in.
yes, Mrs. Cook.
Shout out to Kylie Cook.
Yeah, this one's for you.
I hope you're watching this.
I gotta
Or
say
listening
big
to
shout out to
this.
Mrs. Hypes because she definitely helped us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Procrastination's not your friend.
Yeah.
I mean,
Taffy.
I've gotten by just
Oh.
fine.
You hated being in her class, but then after you
Yeah.
realized how
You're
important
like,
it was.
You the
and then
go,
you're
Mrs.
thankful.
Hypes.
And Miss, I gotta give Miss Smith a lot of credit this year.
Yeah.
She pushed hard.
Being a first year teacher, she's done a lot for us.
Mrs. Varley.
Mrs. Varley.
Mrs. Varley? Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of those teachers, if they're listening to this podcast, they're probably getting some good laughs out of this already, I'm sure. Who are some of the funniest moments? I mean, we were talking about a couple of them here before we started the podcast. What are some of the funny things you remember about high school? Or even before high school, even back to elementary.
Well, we were in Mr. Schaub's one time, and I had a desk in the front. Okay, so the front chairs started giving out, and I could feel myself like falling down, and the legs were giving out, and I just sat there, and I'm like, guys, it's breaking, and then it just collapsed, and I sat on the floor the rest of the day. And
Then I had Mr. Schaub the next period after Emma did. Then everybody's like, Drew, go sit in the front seat. Then once I sat down, it came out from under me. I sat there for about a whole 5 seconds, just like, Drew, what are you doing? You should have knew what was gonna happen.
Classic
Okay, what about those 3 chairs that broke in choir?
Yeah.
Sat down and just folded in half.
Yeah.
I think for me, like a really fun experience was our freshman year on the choir trip to Chicago.
Oh yeah, that was.
I really remember what we did, but I just remember it was
I remember the museum. We touched the
like
bean.
the hotel.
The Midnight group was fun though.
Yeah, that was
We
fun.
went-
Yeah, we go.
Went on a cruise, got some pizza.
Wait,
Yeah.
we went on a cruise.
Yeah.
Like
it was
down the
fun.
river.
Oh,
Yeah.
down the river.
Down the river and it started
Okay,
raining.
we were in Chicago running in the rain. We were shoeless and we just ran because we were
Trying
all
to get
so
to the pizza
hungry.
place.
Yeah.
That deep dish pizza was good.
We were all
Yeah.
soaking wet by the
Me,
time we
me,
sat
me
down.
and Tanner DeBoer were sitting on the top trying to be tough, seeing how long we could sit there, and our khakis just got drenched.
Yeah,
It
that
was the
was
worst
bad.
experience. I regretted that.
That was so bad.
Those gray shirts and khakis.
Those are so bad.
Classic.
Yeah. What are some memories from sports? Because I know I think everybody here has participated in sports in some way, shape, or form. What were some memories from being on the sports teams in school?
I'm going to spring sprints.
Going to spring sprints?
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Spring sprints is fun.
What about with coaching baseball?
Coaching baseball, I was,
You were the pitching coach, weren't you?
yeah.
Yeah. You actually did the signals for your sisters, didn't you?
Yes.
Pitching coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're talking about sports memories.
Sports.
Abby Ankeny. Sleepwalking out of the hotel room sophomore year,
It was
state softball.
I
I had a dream, and then I woke up out in the hall, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't remember which room door is mine.
Oh my God. I was just knocking on
I
every
stood
door.
there for like 10 minutes because in my dream, I was like talking with Coach Sweetland, so I was really scared that it was going to be his room. I couldn't remember which was mine. So finally, I went to try the doorknob, and it must not have closed when I left. And I think it was Mason. Who else was I with?
I think you were Josie too.
Mason and Josie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made it back in.
You got back into your own room?
An hour later.
The next night, they put stuff in front of the door.
How about on our way to Shatter?
Yeah, I was just
How
gonna
cold
say
it
Shat-
was.
Yeah,
Ainsworth
Something
side
crazy.
practice.
The Thursday practice we had when we went to state football last year, we had stopped in Ainsworth for practice. It was one of the coldest practices we've had.
And Flager made us run the same play like
Flager made us
12
run
times in a row.
like
Oh, yeah.
22 cold.
It was probably
like,
Yeah,
six
it was
times in a
22
row.
cold.
What about when we were in Shattern and we were in Mountain Time because it's so far west, but he kept saying our time, so we were so confused because he's trying to make it Central Time, but it was Mountain Time, so we were so confused.
It was a little thin up there. Well, that's not an excuse.
Oh, I mean, hey, we had a pretty good student section out there.
That
That's all I
was-
gotta say.
that was
So
Yeah.
cold.
The game was so fun.
It was
though.
so
That
cold,
was,
but
like,
like
the
all of
best.
us
It
like
was
really wanted to
It
go.
warmed up for the game, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
practiced
Yeah.
that morning and it was
Yeah.
like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
And
Outside
in
and
parking
switching
lot.
to
In
coats.
Ainsworth, there was
Yeah.
40-mile-an-hour winds too, and it
It
was
was cold.
You know
raining
that
and
you're
sleeting.
talking about the fan support at that game. That's the one thing about this about Wayne in general, and with this group in particular that I was always impressed with, was it didn't matter what state tournament we were at, that there was always a great student section of support at those events. And I remember the football game. There was about 1/4 of the bleachers there in Shadron was you girls and the guys who weren't who were on the football team, and then the state softball. It always seemed like there was a section of bleachers that was always filled with Wayne High students. That's one thing that you don't always see that. I've been in a number of other school districts over the years and gone to state tournaments, and you didn't always see that at a state tournament when their teams were competing. The student support wasn't anywhere near as vast and as loud as what you guys did for each other, which I thought was really neat.
A lot of support. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have kids that like to be loud, so.
Yeah. That helps.
And Abby, I'm glad you had that story about the sleepwalking thing. That I think that Trump's getting your nose almost kicked off.
Not at all. Not at all.
I still have the pictures of that play, and I was just trying to get a picture of you sliding into second, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, here you are calling timeout, and your nose is bleeding on its own there for a while. That was,
It was worth it.
I have the continuous pictures of graduation, the show of what happened.
yeah.
We got some good pictures.
Yeah,
there.
that was.
You gotta admit, it was worth it.
It was definitely worth it.
Hey,
I would do it
yeah.
again.
If you want to stay time, really, it's
Yes.
it's all worth it, right? Here's a question. I know that we all have our days where we just don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Anybody here ever fake an illness going to school?
Everyone.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
No.
First semester.
I'm gonna say no because if I ask my mom if I asked my mom if I could stay home when I didn't feel good, she'd be like, "Drew, you're going to school no matter what, okay?" It's like, I don't care if you have a headache.
See,
You're going to school.
my family, we're very even mental health heavy. Like if you feel like you're not gonna have a good day, like my mom, she gives us kids mental health days. If we feel like we're not gonna. I mean,
mental health.
There's some parents are different on that.
Okay, now there's a follow-up for those of you who did skip a day. Did you get caught?
No.
My mom didn't care. My mom would get me out of school. I knew.
I honestly,
I'd be like, Mom, call the school. I want to go to, because I had my phone fixed. It's like, Mom, call the school. Tell them I got to do something.
my mom would pull me my mom would let me skip government to go get lunch.
I don't know how
we just go get a long lunch.
I don't know how many students have just texted their mom and be like, "Hey, I got an appointment." Exactly.
I did that literally yesterday.
No, I'd never gotten a tardy this whole school year until last week. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was late to anatomy. And I was like, I'm already late, so we went and got donuts
Anatomy
too.
doesn't even matter.
Why?
Because I was already late. I was tired. I gave up.
Jess, have you ever skipped school?
I did because.
Oh, Ashton's nodding her head yes in the background.
Yes. Because I had to go to games and
Baseball
games and
games.
baseball games and
Okay. Ridiculous.
Oh.
I was sick.
I was sick. Okay.
No, I was not sick, but I had my bro there.
You had your bro?
So I had let's see here.
You just want to stay home with your bro?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's some confessions being made here today on the Voice of Wayne America podcast with the class of 2019, and we're talking with a bunch of the students from the class of 2019. They're going to be graduating this Saturday at 2 o'clock at Bryce Auditorium at Wayne State College. And while we got a chance here, I wanted to get this word out to all the moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, and even Aunt Sally and Uncle Earl. Mike DC Productions is updating all of its photos shot from the 2018-19 school year, and you can get great quality shots of your favorite star athlete, actor, or goofy high school student, some of which may be here, online at MikeyCProductions.com. Click on the photo link to get to our photo website and check out the thousands of photos that are available. Get great quality prints, buy a digital download for instant delivery, or get your favorite photo on a coffee mug, a wall hanging, or even a cell phone cover. Photos from the 2017-18 school year will be retired on May 31st, so don't wait for those photos. Get great quality photos now at MikeyCProductions.com. Here on the Voice of Wayne America podcast, talking with members of the class of 2019 at Wayne High School. Their final day was actually on Monday, and some of them agreed to come back on their first full day of freedom on Tuesday to sit down with us and chat about some of the good times and stuff. And I've got some fun questions here that I want to kind of throw out at you guys real quick. First one is, which member of this class is most likely to have his or her own 1 hour stand-up comedy special on Comedy Central?
Brandon Keynes.
BK. Brandon Keynes or even Megan Battle.
Yeah, never sleep on Megan Battle.
BK who?
Yeah,
Brandon Keynes.
Brandon Keynes or Brandon Walker or
Yeah.
Marcus or Megan.
Megan.
Sleeper over there.
I got some jokes.
You got one for us now?
I can't put him on the spot.
He's got to have a 30-minute period.
It's got to be natural. You can't.
Oh, okay. We got a little time before this could possibly happen, but which member of this class is most likely to be the president of the United States?
Emma.
Brandon Keynes.
Hands down, Emma.
I don't know.
Brandon Keynes wants to be a senator.
He's running.
Brandon Walker!
He's running in 2036. Vote for V-Walk.
Vote for V-Walk.
I don't think any of us are serious enough to actually do that.
No way.
Come on, dude.
Got it.
Emma would stress too much.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it. Jess could. Jess said I could be president VP.
Yeah, she could barely handle student council.
Oh!
I was doing all the work.
Yeah,
I'm
but
kidding.
yeah.
Were
I
you at
didn't
the
do it.
meeting yesterday?
Yeah.
Marcus doesn't like to talk.
Providing for my family. Providing for my
Okay. Which one here is most likely to win an Academy Award?
Avian Doring.
Yeah.
Caden.
Yeah.
I'd say Marcus.
Acting.
Marcus is a jack of all trades.
I have a white arse.
Production.
B-Walk
would be
Yeah.
Oh, he does do really good editing.
Production, yeah.
Or Marcus.
Or Marcus, yeah. You're
Government
Marcus
video.
and Brandon.
Yeah.
too extensive.
I don't know. I thought Abby and Caden both knocked it out the musical this year.
Yeah.
I think you guys.
Abby?
Abby.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm I do what I can. Come on.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
I can sometimes.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I'm the person to find.
Who or what will you miss the most when you walk out the door for the final time on
Sports.
Saturday?
Yeah. Sports. That would be
Sports.
hard.
It's always
Mrs. Cook.
Kylie Cook.
Yeah.
when it's the
Mrs.
last
Cook.
time for sports. It's always the most emotional part of when you end your career as a high school athlete, and this is always the toughest part.
Dance was really hard.
I just
Like,
think all
you know
the
what? Practices
connections,
will be good.
all the connections you make, like me, like
Yeah.
my like best friends are teachers, like Mrs. Cook, Mrs. Harder, Mrs. A, and you make friend like we have like lifelong friendships. Like we've all grown up with each other, or even like underclassmen. Like you take some of these kids under your wings through sports or arts or different activities, and they become like little siblings or someone you
I'll
like.
become a teacher and you can come hang out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You say,
Mrs. Riley,
why are you gonna miss Mrs. Riley?
because she's my hero.
Oh, yeah.
She's your hero? Oh, that's really nice to say. How about, let's see, if you had one thing to do over again from high school, what would you want to redo on?
See Marcus in ISS.
See what?
See Marcus in ISS.
I think I would want to. I kind of regret not getting an ISS just because I want to see what it's like in there for a day.
Oh, bud.
Like I just want to see what they do. You would do an ISS for a day.
I would want to dance on the state dance floor one more time. It's an awkward feeling.
Yeah.
Like
I'd
not being
wanna-
able to do it again, you'll just be able to watch instead to do it. Like
I would like one more musical performance.
Any trip where you get to stay like in a hotel.
Oh,
would be
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So, like
Even
football
the
or
bus
Chicago.
rides.
Yeah.
Even bus
Yeah.
rides too.
Back
Away
with bus
games.
boys.
The
Yeah,
conversations like you have with
they're
people
just like
on bus.
deep,
Yeah.
Or like you're just laying on each other, like because you're so tired and you're
Or
laying
just
on the
talking.
floor.
Or just
and-
go back to the last sporting game you
last-
played, like for football this past season when we played Wahoo Newman, and last year when we played Wahoo, second round of state. It was just hard to see it come to an end. Wish it'd start over again.
Yeah. Gabby, how about you?
Probably win against Pierce in a basketball district game.
Don't play bad
But-
against us then.
Yeah.
Retweet that, yeah.
Practice routine. 10 o'clock practice.
That was fun.
All right,
Okay, now I'm depressed.
yeah. 10 years from now, you guys will be a 10-year alumni. What are you going to be in 10 years?
Married.
Oh!
No, I'm kidding.
Hopefully. Yeah, I was like, if he's
We'll
28.
see about that.
Bless that girl's heart.
Oh, boy. Oh, kid.
Oh god. Being around you for so long. I don't know.
Marcus has the coolest kids.
Yeah.
I feel bad for his kids.
Married or coach.
Coach.
Coach? Emma, what about you 10 years from now?
Married, maybe have a family, and be a teacher by then.
Avi?
Oh, 10 years. I'll have my master's degree hopefully, and I want to get my certified midwife license. So that, probably marriage, maybe kids later on. We're not worried about that now.
Ooh. Aaron, how about you?
A family, stable career, and no debt.
Oh, God bless you if you
Shout
want
out
to
to
make that happen.
Kylie Cook, she's been teaching us.
Ashton, what about you?
Probably have a family and begin my own chiropractic business.
Going to be a chiropractor, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Allison?
Be hopefully teaching ag and an FFA advisor, and probably married, hopefully living on like an acreage or something like that.
Caden?
10 years from now, I plan on trying to have a family going, living in a comfortable house in a place where I feel like I'm wanted and welcomed, and yeah, just starting life.
Abby, how about you?
I feel like I'm the same as everyone else, just in a nice, happy career and a good family.
Tyler?
Yeah, probably married. Probably hope to come back around to this area because it's just so welcoming. So it'd be a nice place to come back to.
Yeah. Gabby?
Married, family, and a good job.
Drew?
Yeah, hopefully I have a good teaching job since I want to become a teacher. Hopefully stay around an area like this since Wayne is so welcoming. I've been here my whole life. Hopefully have a wife, couple kids.
Couple.
Whoa!
Possibly
In 10
two
years?
Two or three.
Whoa.
Two or three.
Drew's ready.
He's ready to get after it.
Yeah.
The idea of like us having
raising
kids
children?
scares me.
With
What?
the NFL salary.
Oh!
I wouldn't say that.
You'll be a Bengal.
I'm impressed that everybody here wants to be married in 10 years. That's you know.
You never know.
Thinking that far.
I mean,
ahead.
I always think like that's like the idea.
Yeah.
At 22.
I don't want to pay for it.
Off the grid.
It's gonna be off the grid.
My wife's getting a room pop.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm out of here.
All right. Well, if Avi, you had mentioned something about taking the younger students under your wing. What kind of advice do you have for the kids from the class of 2020 and beyond for what you've experienced in your young lives so far?
I honestly don't think anything can really prepare you for like these moments.
Just don't take it for granted.
I mean, everything like you hear all year, like, oh, it's the end of school year, like you have to do this, you have to do this, like this is coming to an end. I guess I don't think the idea that we're graduating has even hit me.
Oh,
yet.
no.
It's a really weird feeling. Like you feel happy at the same time because you're all like ready to move on, but you're also sad because this is what you've known for like the past 18 years. This is how, like, what are you gonna do? Like,
Because everyone's asking you, like, oh, how does it feel to finally graduate? And I tell them, it's like, I don't think it's really settled in.
Like yesterday was underwhelming. It was the last day of school, and it was like I was expected to feel all these emotions, and I was like,
another summer.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll be back next year.
I feel like I feel like
No.
everyone will feel different like at the end of the summer. Like this is the beginning of the summer. We'll all still be around here, most of us. So then the end of the summer is when it's kind of gonna hit us all.
But like as for advice.
When, I think when previous senior classes have told us like, oh, your senior year will fly by, like you gotta listen to them because it does fly by. Like, I didn't think I was like, oh, I'll be here forever, but like it was gone like within a blink of an eye. Like I don't remember first semester; it was a flash.
Like
blink of an eye is gone.
To incoming freshmen that are 8th graders right now, just do as much as you can. Join as many
Get
groups and
involved.
clubs. Yeah, get involved
That's
as much
what-
as you can.
That's what scholarships ask for. That's what jobs ask
Yeah.
for.
So if you don't get involved right away, you'll regret it once
It's
you
hard to
leave.
catch up.
Yes.
Apply for
And the-
every scholarship
Yes.
you can.
This
There's
is-
so much.
This is the time like where you have there's a bunch of opportunities like to get involved. Like you may not have them other places after college. So
Yeah. So it hasn't sunk in yet that we're
not at all.
Once 3 o'clock hits on Saturday, I'm gonna be like, wow, this really happened.
Yeah.
It still won't be. I'm gonna probably like Sunday. I'm like, oh my gosh, you graduated.
Once track's over.
Once that's over, then it's summer. I'll be fine.
Like we're on to our next the next chapter of our lives, and it's a new start. So.
We're getting philosophical here on the show.
I'm getting a little sad. I'm not gonna
Might have to cry.
I know.
This podcast made me a little sad today.
Yeah, jeez.
Let's see. What other questions do I have? I think I've pretty much gone through all the questions that I've got. Any other memories of high school that you want to share?
I'm sure there's some.
I'm sure there's some that some people don't want to know.
Podcast friendly, guys.
Yeah. Mom and Dad are listening.
G rating.
Yeah.
My
I
mom.
like the one time when was it last year that someone hit the fire alarm in dodgeball?
Multiple
Yeah.
Twice, we had to go
No, it
outside for like
was
an
this
hour.
year. It was this year because
I know, but it happened last
This year
year
and
too, and
last
we
year,
were
for
outside for like an hour.
Remember we were out in the snow last year?
That was
before the fire
it.
alarm?
We went to the weight
One was in the
room.
wrestling room. And one was in the gym at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
A ball hit it.
Yeah.
How does that hit the bottom of the stairs?
But it happened twice this year. It was both freshmen.
So it was Mason
Yeah.
No, it was Mason
Wasn't it?
Freeman.
It was Mason
It was
Freeman.
Mason twice.
I thought it was Keenan.
No, Mason twice.
These kids.
It's funny. Right?
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm glad you guys were able to stop by today and share some memories and share some of your experiences and I want to be one of the first to congratulate you on graduating this weekend and I do have a few words of wisdom that I'd like to pass along to you guys just to close things out here. First thing is to do what moves you. Find something that you're passionate about. I think a lot of you, it looks like you have found something that you've really been inspired by either through your family's business or through something you've experienced here in school. I know that Allison, I think you're following in some footsteps there as far as ag teaching and so that's something that you guys have discovered over the time here. So whatever that is, make sure it's something that makes you want to jump out of bed every morning and follow that path. Don't be afraid to fail because we've all taken a lot of chances in life. I've taken a lot of chances on things in my life that didn't work out but if you fail and you learn from the experience, it's called a lesson, and that's something that's more valuable than about anything else you're going to get out of life. Never turn away from an opportunity to help others because there's a time when you may need some help along the way, and so always if you have that opportunity to take advantage of it, always be generous with your time and your talent, because you never know what's going to come your way because of that. And then also remember that God has a plan for all of us, and if you follow the path He's laid out, you're going to have some amazing things happen in your life. So, and then the one final thing I would make sure you guys remember is to make sure to come back to visit, because this town's has been I'm sure a great opportunity for everybody here, and hope that you don't be a stranger and come back and visit often, or maybe even move back if the opportunity presents itself. But congratulations to all you guys, and look forward to seeing you taking the walk down the stage on Saturday to get that diploma. It's going to be an awesome day.
Yes. Thank you.
so much.
You betcha. Well, that's going to do it for this podcast here on Voice of Wayne America. Again, I want to thank the young men and women here who are going to be taking the walk down the aisle this Saturday at 2 o'clock at Rice Auditorium on the campus of Wayne State College as members of the graduating class of Wayne High School for the class of 2019. We've got some wonderful people in this group of I believe about 73 kids that are going to be graduating this Saturday. Some amazing young people, some of them here in this room, and I think you're going to see some good things out of these people as they transition into adulthood and move on with their lives and whatever their hopes and dreams take them. So, best of luck to all you guys, and we will do another edition of Voice of Wayne America podcast very soon here on WayneAmerica.com. So tune in then. Until then, this is Mike Carnes, and we'll see you later.